Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Obviously, the biggest story right now in FC26 is the fact that we had one of the most popular players of the year releases in SBC. The Claudia Pina SBC is finally out, and a lot of people are doing it. However, there's a bigger story that we have to discuss related to an EA mistake for some new heroes that were added into the game before they were supposed to be. Does that actually give us a bit of insight into the promo that is coming next after it? Were those two heroes supposed to be added in there, or maybe later on? We're going to talk about that today, a lot about the market with Joga Bonito cards, and look forward to a new upgrade pack today on Tuesday. If you guys are excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video, and subscribe if you are new. Let's start by diving into yesterday's content on Monday, which of course gave us the last Monday, at least in this month of December, of the FC Pro Open. It was match day 4. It was Group D that was playing. The games don't resume again until we get into the month of January, I believe. But that gave us, of course, the opportunity to finish this last objective here. And if you were trying to figure out the mystery nation for that other objective, it is Canada. So Canada is this objective right there for the coin boost and for the premium Electrum players pack. But the real objective content yesterday was the new Flash Rush event, which did give us the Wilfried Zaha card and, most importantly, 1500 SP with the Joga Bonito evolution alongside with it. You need an Ivorian player to get this objective done. That may be a little out of the ordinary because how many of us have tons of Ivorian players in our clubs? If you do at least have one, you'll be good to go for this Flash Rush event. And I believe it's double rush points in this event, so it should be pretty easy to get this objective done and to get, well, 4 of the 5 objectives done to get your SP and to get the Zaha card, which, by the way, this is a really solid looking card, primed for evolutions. Finesse plus game changer, finesse base, game changer base, trickster, technical, and the quick step with the 5-star skills. 3-star weak foot needs an upgrade, but he can play left wing, left mid, and striker. Crystal Palace, Manchester United, FIFA legend, whatever you want to call him, Wilfried Zaha is there for the taking. Now, of course, yesterday the biggest objective was the Gauntlet. Now, we had seen the rewards. They were already in game. This Ndiaye card here. You've also got another positional excellence Evo reward as a part of this, and some other decent packs in here. That's the real draw. The 86x3, 8310, and the 82x10. You don't need to win any games for this. Again, Gauntlet, every single time that it drops, feels like it's the most worth it to play mode in this game. For the combination of, if you don't want to try to sweat out the wins or play for wins and you just want to play and score to get these objectives done, it's great rewards. And then if you do want to try to get wins and get the bonus packs like another 82x10 and another 83x10, it just feels super worth it. Now, the Evos this time in here, Shadow Striker Plus Plus is nice for a max 86 rated card. I mean, that is good. But this First Touch Plus is max 84. That one's really frustrating when you go in and preview this one. Like, we are in literally almost the middle of December and still some Evos for Playstyle Pluses are max 84. That needs to be 85 or 86, especially for a First Touch Plus, which is definitely not the most desirable of Playstyle Pluses. But Gauntlet continues to be one of the most fun modes in this game. And I wanted to mention, we talked about prices going up a little bit for Gauntlet squads in the past. Doesn't happen as much now as it used to because most people have plenty of cards in their club to build out 3 full squads. But I did notice there were some like lower tier cards yesterday, like Teo Hernandez and this Van de Ven, and even some other cheap cards like Ferland Mendy that had some big rises before the Gauntlet came out, but they've stayed up. So either this is an Evo leak or this actually is some demand for people that are maybe new to the game since Black Friday when the game went on sale and into this period of the year where usually the game goes on sale again during the holidays. Maybe there are some new players that are getting in the game and building these kind of cheaper squads to fill out their Gauntlet teams, or cheaper players to fill out their Gauntlet teams, but I just noticed that. So maybe there's an Evo leak, or maybe that is due to the Gauntlet. I just wanted to point that out, although we don't see very many market movements, as I mentioned, for the Gauntlet at this stage of the year. Now, let's talk about SBCs. And before we get to the big one, we had a really interesting player SBC, or set of 3 player SBCs dropped here yesterday for the Play Beautifully Manchester City Women set. Now, you get the kits, you get the badge, and you get the premium gold players pack for completing all 3 segments. But I think a lot of people are just going to complete Hasegawa right here, and this card actually looks pretty good. For an 86 rated squad with an inform, you get a center mid / CDM Hasegawa with very good playstyles: intercept, inventive, pinged, incisive, and low driven, technical, and press proven with DLP++ at CDM and center mid, playmaker plus as well at cam and CM. Very solid card, and she's 5'1" in game. So very short, but that could actually mean that she's pretty good and really fast and agile with the 88 dribbling. Of course, you're lacking in the physicality standpoint, but you're probably going to use an anchor on the card, boost up the defending and physical, maybe for like a 2 midfield setup. I'm even thinking about doing this SBC just to try her as a DLP++ CM to play next to like Toni Kroos. She's probably going to be really responsive. She's going to be great in the attack with the passing play styles that she has. Of course, Tiki Taka plus. And honestly, I mean, she's not 84K. She's even less than that. An 86 rated squad with an inform. You could do that SBC and forget about the other 2 Man City women's cards here if they don't interest you, and you get yourself a pretty interesting Hasegawa. So that card's actually getting a bit of talk right now. A lot of people are looking at that item as a pretty good SBC, just to put that one out there. Now, also yesterday, we had the 78 plus player pick, and I was just thinking about these, man. I have not done player picks or upgrade packs like at all this year, and it's just because of the fact that the menu grind at the moment is just non-existent from top to bottom. From getting top tier fodder, most of that we're getting from Gauntlet objectives and weekend league rewards from those packs. Middle tier fodder, we're struggling to get most of that, and you know, on the low tier as well, don't talk about gold commons and gold rares. Our clubs are barren of those because even with the daily bronze, silver, gold, and gold rare upgrades, it's just not enough for all that is being required there. I miss doing upgrade packs on the daily. It is obvious right now that EA does not want there to be a really good menu grind for packs at the moment. I'm sure we'll have one later on in the year, but it's a little frustrating because we know what could be here, and we just don't have anything really yet. Now, the other SBC that we had yesterday is the C with the Bernabeu, Spain 82. This is like a good old League and Hybrid Nations type of SBC, or one of those advanced challenge SBCs that we would see at the beginning of each year of Ultimate Team. You've got 3 different segments in here. 2 of them give pretty good packs, an 81x5 and an 82x2, but they all have some sort of challenging requirements. It's a true squad building challenge. This also gives a group reward pack of an 82 to 88 gold 11 starting pack, which I think gives you 4 defenders or goalkeeper, 3 midfielders, and 3 attackers, 82 to 88 rated. So really interesting pack there, and probably one of the most notable parts about that pack is people in the stream yesterday were saying that they were packing the gold version of players like David Alaba and Olise, who have a promo card in packs. They're also between the ratings of 82 to 88. So I don't understand why those cards are not coming out as promos in that pack, although it does say gold starting 11 pack. Usually, like if you were to go open a silver pack or a gold pack in the store, like for a silver example, Ndombele has a silver base card. If you open a silver pack right now, say your silver preview pack, and Ndombele would walk out as a promo item because instead of his silver pack being in packs, his promo card is in packs. So I don't know what makes a difference between all of those packs and this one specifically that makes it just be the gold items. I know it says gold on it, but you know what I'm saying? So that feels a little bit weird. EA did not say anything about that as if it was a problem yesterday, but I just wanted to note that from the Spain 82 SBC that dropped yesterday. Maybe use some footbin solutions if you're having trouble getting those SBCs done, because they do require a bit of work. Again, got to stock up on gold rares and gold commons to be able to get that done in the first place. Now, the big SBC from yesterday is, of course, the Liga F Player of the Month from November, the most meta card in this game, Claudia, Pina. And the number one question right now is this SBC worth it? And I think the answer is yes and no. You're all right. Everybody is right, because no matter what you do, you can make a great argument to say this SBC is worth it and this SBC is not worth it. It is very not worth it if you look at it from the gold card standpoint. A card that you think, we all think, would be evolvable within the next month of this game, and even is evolvable right now from one of the season pass evolutions later on down the line. Totally understand if you're like, Nate, this card's 7K and you can boost it up with that later on evo. I agree with you. I do think that this is bad value when you compare it to the 86 rated card. The only change you have here is finesse plus over the low driven, and you do have better rolls, false line plus wide. Sorry, you got wide playmaker plus, and the inside forward plus is definitely added from this gold card. But when you compare it from the cornerstones to this version, you're like, wait a second. This card was 400,000 to 500,000 coins on the market. It's almost the exact same item, but now has Finesse Plus, which is more OP in game because of the new patch. Then Low Driven Plus, you get a dynamic image. And you get a card that doesn't lose value in your club for the most meta item in the game for the rest of the year. And that's why I'm doing the SBC, because I want to collect this piece of FIFA history, if you will, for FC26 history, because Claudia Pina is forever going to be remembered as the FC26 card, right? Because her card has just been so insane this year. And that's what I've heard about this item, to no one's surprise, is that it's absolutely insane. The bottom line is, it's Claudia Pina. She's going to be everywhere. This SBC is out for a month. And one of the reasons I'm also doing this is not only just to collect the card, like I mentioned, and I haven't used Claudia Pina that much anyway. Like, what other SBCs am I doing right now? An icon pack? I've already done 2 icon packs, and I've gotten a Billy and Chiellini. I don't want to test my luck on a third and get absolutely shafted in that one, so I'd rather go for the guaranteed player. So that's why I'm going for the Claudia Pina, and I kind of just want to get in on the hype and try out the card. That's really part of it for me as well. So I think everybody's right on saying whether this SBC is good value or not. I think 520K seems like a lot, but also when it comes down to it, when you do an SBC like this, we're not all paying 520K to get this card done. Like, I'm probably going to have to spend 200,000 coins, especially if I just want to get the SBC done straight away, which I would really like to try out the card. I'm going to have to spend the money, but even then, 200K cannot buy you this Claudia Pina off the market. So I'd love to hear your thoughts and comments down below in the description or in the comments of this video, and whether you're not doing this SBC or whether you are. Now, a couple things to note. We talked about investing in Fodder for this SBC, and because of the icon pack that came out on Sunday, right? And Fodder is moving upwards. It is going up in price, as you can see here. 88 rateds are up at about 13.75. They're almost 14K. I think, honestly, that if you are looking to sell your fodder, if you had invested, I think you have time to sell. I think you can sell between today and tomorrow and get the most optimal amount of profit. Then on the 87s as well, they're 8.3K. So I think you're still in a very good range to be holding on those cards, lazy listing them, and you'll probably see them go up a little bit more in value. But also at the other hand, with this SBC coming out, fodder's going up. That means people are buying and investing in that fodder to go complete it, right? And right now you can see on the market that a lot of attackers and a lot of like strikers and left wings in particular, but attackers overall have dropped in value as people are selling these cards to replace them with Pina in their teams, but then also selling players to go and afford the fodder to finish off the SBC. Like, actually, you can see this Di Natale from 560K down to 520,000 coins, and even some like very popular investment cards like this Bonnie, 152K all the way down to 141,000 coins just because of an SBC coming out. People were selling his card to go and afford the fodder to do the Claudia Pina SBC. So as I'm trying to log back into the game here, because it kicked me out, I don't know exactly what's going on there. That's the Claudia Pina update. That's the roundup on that SBC that was dropping yesterday. Let's just continue with the news, because while I try to get back in the game, I don't know what's going on here. Either the servers are down or my internet's chocked, one of the two. We do have a couple of Thunderstruck upgrades that were achieved yesterday as a part of Monday content as well. Again, I'm hoping that EA actually upgrade the Thunderstruck cards earlier this week than Friday. Hopefully today, hopefully tomorrow, they push out upgrades for these cards. We got Maldini, Beckham, Dalot, and Nkunku that have all obtained playstyle or Roll++ upgrades. Check the footprint tracker for the specific upgrades coming on those cards. We'll be very, very curious and watching very closely what cards will get upgraded with what boost when EA boosts those cards soon. And then also, of course, as we mentioned earlier, we had an FC Pro Live Group D, and every player is going to get a skill move or a weak foot boost. Some of them will go 5-star. You know, some of them will go from a 3 to a 4. Just depends on the player. But since they all got 3 points, they'll go up +1 skill move or weak foot. But Teze is also going to get that 10-point +1 overall upgrade. He is the only one that is going to be getting that, and those should be today or tomorrow as well. Now, I'm still not able to get into the game, so I don't know exactly what's going on with this again, but we're going to continue with what EA did yesterday, and that was make a mistake. I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but over the weekend, with this Joga Bonito promo dropping, Fabregas and Claudio Pizarro were added into Ultimate Team in FC26 as new heroes. Now, it was leaked a couple of days ago, even before this happened. Foot Sheriff said that Fabregas was added into the code of the game, and this was his official stat, and this was his official card, and all of that. Well, EA dropped him in packs on Friday, and at first, they were showing up on Footbin, and we were like, wait, what's going on here? Are these cards actually in the game, or what's going on? And then we started to see them on the market. You see this screenshot here from Unique Riggers on Twitter. He's showing Pizarro on the market for 99,000 coins. That is actually right around the max price for Pizarro. He's 100,000 coins max price. Cesc Fabregas is 120K. These cards both don't look that good, if we're being honest. Like, Fabregas has Incisive Pass Plus, and he's got a couple of other decent playstyles, but when you take a look at his card, my internet must be chalked. I can't even load a web page. I'm going to not try to load a web page and finish this video and see if it doesn't crash. Anyways, 92 passing on this card, 88 rated, and then no other stat is above 80 besides his dribbling. That does not look like a very good hero card. Pizarro as well has the Precision Header Plus with 86 shooting. You know, again, 4-star, 4-star. Interesting hero card, but the reason that these cards were added into the game is still a bit of a mystery, and EA is rectifying the issue. By the way, these cards were in packs from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, into yesterday and Monday, before EA tweeted out that Pizarro and Fabregas were unintentionally released during the Joga Bonito campaign promo. These player items have been removed from packs and will return in future campaigns. So EA had to say, yep, we messed up. These weren't supposed to be added yet. We're going to take them out of packs. But of course, it's not that crazy of a mistake, but it's making us wonder, when were these two supposed to be released in packs? Because you think about it, like last year we had the cards like the Heroes, Streets Won't Forget Heroes added back in. That was in March, right? And their base cards didn't come first. And that's how EA's been doing it this year, especially with even some of the hero cards. Like we just had the Quaresma dropped in game for the first time, right? That's a promo version for him first, and then his base version will follow. Are Cesc Fabregas and Pizarro going to be a part of the Unbreakables promo? That's the question that I'm wondering, because this is the next promo that is coming to the game, and we did have a few more leaks that were released yesterday. We, of course, had the Garassi card that was leaked. This was on Saturday when we first talked about this, right? It was crazy that the leakers were promoting the next promo already 6 days before it was going to be released, right? Garassi is confirmed, but icons and heroes are included, right? So that's my guess for maybe where the Fabregas and the Pizarro are going to be seen in this game. We'll just have to see. We wait confirmation on that. It's to see if they get some promo cards first. But we had some more names leaked yesterday. We had Bukayo Saka leaked as an Unbreakables player. He is coming soon. Predicted stats for his card. First promo item for him of the year. I'd be really interested to see what Playstyle Plus EA give his card. And of course, since he's kind of a higher rated item, what is he, an 87 or an 88? I'd be really interested to see how big of a boost EA give his card as well, considering like Bonmati and Vitinha. Well, Vitinha got a pretty big upgrade, but Bonmati, from her gold card to her promo card that is in packs right now, really did not get that big of a boost. Really curious to see how the Saka boost looks on this card. Couple more names, Luis Diaz and Jolinton are added to come in this next promo of Unbreakables as well. Those are predicted stats too. Finesse Plus would be crazy on Diaz if that were to be true. Kind of funny timing, because Diaz was one of the most popular players in the latest left wing evolution that was dropped on Friday, and Jolinton as well has been a popular card people have been evolving through the center mid and CDM evos, especially the one left wing evo as well that gives the quick step plus. Jolinton fits into that one and actually becomes a pretty crazy card with some of his stat boosts there. Now, the last two names that have been leaked are Kamavinga. A lot of people, of course, have been evolving his gold card, but here he gets his first promo of the year this Friday for the new promo team. And Santi Cazorla, FIFA legend, coming back. He had a card in Winter Wildcards, I think it was 2 years ago, that had like 99 passing or something like that. He is back in La Liga. He was in, I think, La Liga 2 last year, but he is getting an Unbreakables card as well as a part of the promo. So watch out for more leaks and news. We don't know the premise of this promo. Is it supposed to be like players who don't get injured, unbreakable? Like Saka would not fit the bill for that, I don't think. So maybe that's not what this promo is going to be kind of framed around, but we'll just have to wait and see what it is. And of course, heroes and icons are included, so that would be a shout if Cesc Fabregas and Pizarro are going to get promo items this weekend. If they don't drop with this promo, maybe it's Winter Wildcards, maybe EA messed up way ahead of time and these cards aren't going to be added in until way later. We will just have to see. So those are the leaks right there. Guys, I'm still waiting to get into this game. I think my internet's having issues. That's got to be what it was. I was having issues the other night, like maintenance or something. That's got to be what it is. Like I'm trying to log in over here and it won't let me connect. Anyways, we still have these web pages open so we can talk about the market and we can talk about today on Tuesday what we're looking for content. First of all, these Jogo Bonito cards, I talked about in yesterday's video and in the stream as well that it might be a good time to buy these cards if you wanted to use them for your team because the supply is going to be ending. And I still think today on Tuesday, we will see these cards start to rise up in price, but I'd love to open up some of these graphs and click on the cards and show you because I don't think it's going to load. But a lot of these cards have not had that great of demand. Like when I look at a card like Olise, I look at its price, it's mostly just dropped over the last couple of days. It hasn't risen. It's mostly just kind of dropped off. Like every day it goes down a little bit. There's a couple, ups and downs here or there, but it's mostly just a drop in price. So I'm a little skeptical on some of these cards today, but yesterday there was a few cards that moved pretty well. Like Doku moved pretty well. He went from like 290, 280 up to like 320 to 330. Other cards like Murillo went from 215, 220 up to 250. Kvaratskhelia moved a little bit. So I do think there's a few of these that could move. I would just say this. If there's a 5-star skill player that you want for your team, I think you want to try to buy it earlier today on Tuesday. It would be safe to hold for like the next 2 days, but I do think these cards would maybe drop a little bit again around the division rivals time frame. And same thing with the heroes. Like I actually picked up a Quaresma for 515K because I saw that and I was like, yo, I bought Quaresma yesterday for 560,000 and sold them for just over or just right around 600. So we hit 600K yesterday. Now he's 515. He's got to be one of the most hyped cards in the hero set of the squad. I don't know if he's the most used. I think Aymar is probably the most used in game because he's the cheapest and he has Tiki Taka Plus with some solid stats for a cam. But for this Quaresma, like surely he goes up a little bit today, right? So I think the market can do okay today. I would also make sure to look at out-of-packs players. Like I just actually picked up a Musiala for 540 because Musiala has gone between 550K and like almost 600,000 coins, like 580, 590. He sells there and he's still awaiting an upgrade for how Bayern played over the weekend. So I think you can still trade with some of these as we are awaiting the upgrades, and other out-of-packs special cards in general I think are going to be pretty good to trade with today on a Tuesday. Just get on the bids, on the snipes, trust the flips and the fluctuations. Like that Shalhanoglu for 164. I saw him at 180. yesterday. So that's pretty cheap too for that card. Just trust the market and the flips right now because there are a decent amount of coins and we should be able to see the market still move pretty well. Maybe just be a little bit careful with some like strikers, left mids, attackers, again for Claudia Pina, but I wouldn't be super scared, especially if they've dropped off. Hopefully some of them can rebound a little bit. Now, today on Tuesday, we mentioned in yesterday's video, but prime time cards, live cards chasing upgrades. As you guys know, with live cards this year, you've always wanted to sell into the hype. I bought two. I wish I could show you my transfers right now. I bought two Salibas yesterday, one for 1.55 and one for 1.5 flat. I sold them both for just under 1.7 because I wanted to sell in the hype and get out of those cards before we, of course, have the games today on Tuesday, the first of 2 days of the Champions League games. Also, we have Women's Champions League games, so keep an eye out for some of those live cards too. But guys, you're going to want to sell in the hype, especially like Barca. I think Lamine Yamal's price is up a lot. How much is he? Yeah, he's 1.3 mil. He was 1.2 lows like 2 days ago. Now he's in the 1.3s. Sell that card in the hype because, sure, these cards are chasing upgrades, but I don't think all of them are actually going to be getting upgrades, if that makes sense. Like, they're going to be on the path to getting upgrades, but I don't think they're actually going to obtain many upgrades unless a player keeps a clean sheet as a defender or scores or assists as an attacker. Those are going to be the upgrades that cards still could obtain. Again, go to the Players tab here in FUTBIN, Trackers, down to UCL time, Prime Time, to keep an eye on all of these cards and double check and make sure which ones have chances to upgrade. And one special note I want to make about Eder Militao. He's injured, right? He's out for 3 to 4 months. We were talking about in the stream yesterday. That actually hurts him because one of his upgrades that he has not gotten yet, he has to actually be in the game for. So if a player is not playing or injured, that is something to really keep into account when it comes to these cards. Or if the club they're playing for is in very poor form, like Cody Gakpo and Liverpool. They play against Inter today. I was actually able to pick up a Bonnie for 135,000 coins. With the way Liverpool are playing, And with all the controversy right now, you would think, okay, maybe Inter have a better shot in this game. Maybe Bonnie would rise up a little bit further in price, and maybe a guy like Gakpo wouldn't move up as much in price. Now, during the game, if Liverpool are cooking, that Gakpo could go up more because it was unexpected for them to play well. But you get what I'm saying. Into the matchup of these games, whoever is favored probably will see a bit of a rise, and you can sell those cards into the hype for a little bit extra profit. Now, today's content on Tuesday, other stuff we're expecting would be a new upgrade pack, and I still can't show you in game because something's not loading. It's got to be my internet now, because I'm sure you guys are playing the game just fine. You're like, Nate, nothing's happening. But wait, this web page loaded. I'm so confused, man. I did get a couple of DCs yesterday. That doesn't make sense to me either. Something's up. I'll figure it out. This 84x3 upgrade is expiring today as a part of Tuesday content. The 84x3 that requires all the common and the rare golds is going goodbye. I do think something will replace this. Do I know what it is? No. I do like this pack. Don't get me wrong. And I even like the requirements. Like, in the grand scheme of things, turning in gold commons and gold rares is such a great SBC for an 84x3. It's just impossible to get enough gold rares and commons to keep doing those over and over and over. So hopefully whatever we get today is, I would even do like, you know, just one squad. Don't let me turn in two squads. One squad of something pretty easy for a nice little upgrade pack. We would take that. And we'd probably get a player SBC too, right? Because EA has been mentioning this is a daily SBC, daily player SBC sort of promo. We still have not had Lavelle, Shaw, and Geese from Gotham from winning the NWSL. The only thing I just thought about was, though, we just had a player SBC set of 3 players from the same club, right? The Man City women that we were just talking about. Did EA like bait the leakers by posting the 3 wrong names and then put in the Man City? Or are we still going to get Lavelle, Shaw, and Geese? I kind of hope we get those because I think Lavelle's card would be crazy cracked in game, and not very many people would know about that, but she would be crazy cracked. So, you know, regardless of what happens there with that whole leak situation, we still have some other leaked SBC players here that we have not seen yet. Like, we haven't seen Saad, we haven't seen Bade, we haven't seen Zeballos yet, if I remember correctly. So any of those players' SBCs could be dropped today. Of course, we are expecting one of those. And then evolution-wise, as I mentioned with like the Van de Ven card and watching his price go up on the market, there aren't any Evos that are leaked at the moment on Twitter as I'm recording this video, but there could be Evos that are still going to be incoming. So watch out for that today. If there's leaks pre-content, I don't expect, hey, it loaded. I don't expect anything super crazy content today-wise on Tuesday, besides the Champions League stuff, a new upgrade pack, but we will have to see if there is. And really, it'll just be a good day today to keep working through the Gauntlet, getting your Rivals points, staying ahead for that, and maybe getting a new upgrade pack today that would at least be fun to try. If we have any more leaks, we'll be talking about them on the stream before content drops today. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you do. And I'll see you guys in the stream today. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Tuesday. Peace out.